grup saya untuk assignment assignment projek 1 untuk account. So saya bersama dengan Puan Sahara. Jadi saya pertama sekali saya nak minta maaf sebab ajak jumpa Puan Sahara last minute. Saya mewakili grup saya minta maaf banyak-banyak lah. Okay, so saya nak minta Puan Sahara introduce diri Puan sikit boleh?
Okay, Assalamualaikum saya ucapkan. Apa-apa pun terima kasih kerana sudi menjemput saya untuk interview ni. Okay, nama saya Sahara. Saya berumur 36 tahun dan saya berasal daripada kampung Nalang, Bugil.
Puan, boleh tak saya tanya sikit berkenaan dengan background macam mana Puan boleh buka bisnes kedai runcit ni?
Okay, macam mana saya boleh buka kedai runcit ni? Secara jujurnya, saya terpaksa menggunakan semua saving saya sebab memang saya minat untuk bisnes lah. Memang lebih kepada untuk membuka kedai runcit. Dan juga
sebelum ni Puan pernah bekerja ke?
Sebelum ni saya pernah bekerja, tapi saya rasa saya dah berhenti dalam 2014 macam tu lah. Dah lama jugalah saya berhenti. Sebabnya saya memang fokus untuk bisnes kedai runcit tu.
Saya diberitahu bahawa Puan buka bisnes ni 2011. Jadi memang gunakan memang ada saving sebelum ni untuk buka kedai ni.
Betul, sebenarnya memang saya dah pernah ada saving lah sebab saya dulu kerja kan. So saya ada simpan lah beberapa saving untuk future.
Faham? Alright, okay. Saya nak tanya Puan juga, memang ada family member Puan yang ada bisnes ke? Macam mana? Puan rujuk pada mana? Siapa?
Saya memang sebelum ni saya memang ada background bisnes lah. Saya ambil diploma in business management. So saya memang ada basic untuk belajar pasal bisnes. Dan pada masa yang sama juga saya ada pergi training, pergi kursus. Sebabnya kalau untuk ambil bisnes ni kita tak boleh terus-terus nak buat bisnes. At least kita kena ada basic, kita kena tahu macam mana cara-cara dia. So saya rasa dengan pergi kursus, pergi macam-macam training tu yang membuatkan saya lebih faham lah bisnes punya ni kan.
Okay, faham. Okay, macam mana dengan produk pula? Kita tahu kedai runcit ni apa barang-barang yang Puan produk-produk yang Puan keluarkan dalam kedai?
Okay, kalau ikutkan kedai runcit ni logically kita mestilah akan keluarkan makanan-makanan ataupun barang-barang yang keperluan asas. Contohnya macam beras ke, gula ke, garam dan seterusnya lah.
Barang-barang basah, sayur semua mesti ada lah.
Ya.
Okay, Puan, terima kasih banyak. Saya mewakili grup assignment kawan saya, kami sekawan, ucapkan terima kasih sebab sudi luangkan masa dengan kami.
Okay, actually saya memang nak bawa Cik ARISYA untuk pergi ke kedai runcit kami untuk tengoklah, untuk tengok lebih dekat lah macam mana rupa kedai runcit kan, macam mana kita punya bisnes, macam mana kita punya customer. Tapi malangnya kita punya kedai runcit sekarang tengah renovate. So saya harap nanti mana tahu in future insyaAllah Cik ARISYA boleh datang ke kedai runcit saya akan welcome lah.
Terima kasih banyak Puan Sahara. Bye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Madam Afzan. Today we would like to present our group project 1 for Fundamental Financial Accounting and Reporting. So my name is ARISYA binti ZIHAN and my team member is Nurul FATIHAH and Nurul SHERINA and Nurul Izzati. We start with our presentation. So for introduction, we have decided to do research on a sole proprietorship business that called Kedai Runcit Syahira. This business are categorized as a mini market and grocery store that provide grocery and the daily needs of consumer. As we know, mini market or grocery store are one of the essential service. So we found that Kedai Runcit Syahira is easiest business that we can communicate and give a complete cooperation to us. So actually our group research aim to know on how the business is formed. So We also desire to know about the background of the business, such as who is the owner, what is the business activity, characteristics of their business, recording process of their business, strength and weakness of their business, and other. Let's get to know more about Kedai Runcit Syahira. So, Kedai Runcit Syahira started the business operation in 2011. The owner of this business is Sahara Sapiuddin. She is 36 years old and live at Kampung Lalang. This mini market is located at Jalan Datuk Dagang Manduk, Kampung Lalang, Dengkil, Selangor. She started Kedai Runcit by using her own saving money from the work she did a few years ago as the beginning capital. So actually, before she ran her business, she worked as an executive in a well-known company in Cyberjaya. After a few years, she resigned from her job and decided to open her own business. And she decided to run a grocery store because she wanted to earn her own income. And since Miss Sahara have a diploma in business management, so she not afraid to do this business alone because she has a basic knowledge from her past diploma. So she also go to business training to gain her acknowledgement. We back to the background of Kedai Runcit Syahira. Kedai Runcit Syahira is operating from Monday to Sunday, which is every day, starting from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. This mini market has no target market, which is most of the customer that come to the store are from different age of customer. So Kedai Runcit Syahira selling very fresh product at reasonable price. And Miss Sahara started her business with fittings and fixture with 2 refrigerator and a cashier machine. And also she bought 16,000 in cash bank as the beginning capital with 10,000 as a deposit for store rental expenses. So I give to the next presenter.
Hi, my name is Nur FATIHAH binti IKHWAN NASIR. So today I want to present about the classifications of business item for Kedai Runcit Syahira. So for asset, Kedai Runcit Syahira had a 2 non-current asset also and current asset. But for Kedai Runcit Syahira, only they use for a tangible asset. So for the current asset, is include inventory, stock, bill receivable, cash on hand, also cash in bank. So the number 2 is revenue. Revenue is sometimes refer for a sale on the income statement and illustrations of revenue for commission received by Kedai Runcit Syahira. Expenses. The cost of Kedai Runcit Syahira include 1,500 for each employee salary and wage, and then RM 1,200 for electricity expenses, 1,800 for rent expenses. Current liability is account payable to NRAZ Enterprise, and YST Marketing is an illustration of a current liability for Kedai Runcit Syahira. Kedai Runcit Syahira did not have any non-current liability. 5 is drawing. Drawing according to the financial statement of Kedai Runcit Syahira, the business owner never took money for a personal use. And the number 6 is capital. Kedai Runcit Syahira began operating within a starting capital of 43,000 ringgit Malaysia.
Thank you, Miss Fatihah. So next, I will explain about how this business process and record its financial transaction on what is the accounting cycle. The accounting cycle is a standard of 9-step process that tracks, records, and analyzes all financial activity and transaction within a business. It starts when a transaction is made and ends with a financial statement is issued and the books are closed. The accounting cycle generally includes a year of accounting periods such as a week, month, or a quarter. The detailed steps of the accounting cycle can be seen behind. First is the source document. The first step in the accounting cycle is to identify and record transactions through the journals. When financial activities or business events occur, transactions are recorded in the books and included in the financial statements. Types of accounting periods for recording transactions include monthly and annually. Invoices, receipts, debit notes, bills, credit notes, and vouchers are examples of source document. Three most important things to identify are transaction dates, product price, and amount paid. Second is journal entries. Journal is a detailed account of all the financial transactions of business. It's also known as the book of original entry, as is the first place where transactions are recorded. The entries in an accounting journal are used to create the general ledger, which is used to create the financial statements of a business. Journal can be classified into the general journal, purchases journal, sales journal, written inwards journal, written outward journal, cash payments, and receipts journal. The process of recording transactions in journals is known as journalizing. Third is ledger. A general ledger is a financial data record keeping system that includes debit and credit accounts, records that are validated by a trial balance. It keeps track of all financial transactions that occur during the life of an operating company and stores account information that is required to prepare financial statements. Transaction data is separated into accounts for asset, liabilities, owner's equity, revenues, and expenses based on the type of transaction. These are some examples of the general ledger that had been recorded by Kedai Runcit Syahira. Next is trial balance. A trial balance is a bookkeeping worksheet in which the balances of the ledgers are compiled into debit and credit account columns, totals that are equal. A trial balance is usually prepared at the end of every reporting period by a company. The general purpose of producing a trial balance is to ensure that the entries in a company's bookkeeping system have been recorded correctly at Kedai Runcit Syahira. Next is adjusting entries. Adjusting entries are journal entries that are recorded at the end of an accounting period in a company ledger to record any unrecognized income or expenses for that period. It updates previously recorded journal entries so that the financial statements at the end of the year are accurate and up to date. Journal entries are very helpful in keeping track of receivables and payables, as well as identifying the exact profit and loss for the business at the end of the accounting period. 6 is adjusted trial balance. After the adjusting journal entries have been posted, an adjusted trial balance will be done at the end of an accounting period. To put it another way, it's a trial balance prepared at the end of the year to reflect year-end adjustment. Kedai Runcit Syahira has adjusted trial balance because their company has practiced a proper accounting system since the business started in 2011. Next is financial statements. Financial statements are written records that convey the business activities and the financial performance of a company. Profit and loss statements, as well as statements of financial position, are included in financial statements. Financial statements is also important to the company because it can analyze the performance of the company and ensure the future direction of a company. Next is closing entry. Is a journal entry that is made at the end of accounting period to transfer balances from a temporary account to a permanent account. Companies are closing entries to reset the balances of temporary accounts that show balance over a single accounting period to zero. By doing so, the company moves this balance into permanent account on the balance sheets. These permanent accounts show a company's long-standing financials. Temporary accounts are accounts in the general ledger that are used to accumulate transactions over a single accounting period. The balances of these accounts are eventually used to construct the income statement at the end of the fiscal year. And last is post-closing trial balance. At the end of accounting period, a post-closing trial balance is a list of all balance sheet accounts with non-zero balances. The post-closing trial balance is used to ensure that the sum of all debit and credit balances equals to zero, because these temporary accounts have been already closed and their balance moved into the retained earning account as part of the closing process. The post-closing trial balance contains no revenue, expenses, gain, loss, or summary account balances. Post-closing trial balance is the last step in the recording process, so Kedai Runcit Syahira practices this step to complete the accounting cycle.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, my name is Nurul Izzati binti Muhammad ISHAK. So, I'm going to present to you guys about the strength and the weaknesses of recording process. Okay, so let's start with the strength. So, the first one is maintaining the record. Okay, so as we know that Kedai Runcit Syahira is a small company, so they choose to keep all the business document in 2 copies. So, which is by soft copies and hard copy. By hard copies, they choose to keep all their bank statement, their purchase order, their invoice, cash receipt, and others document in a file. This allows for business owner to monitor the cash inflow and the cash outflow of the business easily. While for soft copies, they use Microsoft Excel to record all the business transactions. They can easily access any of their document when they need it. As we know, Microsoft Excel is easily to access, friendly user. Okay, for second one is legal proof. So as we know, every transaction will be recorded in Microsoft Excel, so they would not having any shortage amount of money. And Microsoft Excel can be act as legal evidence. If anything happen, they can use the transaction recorded in Microsoft Excel as their proof, as their evidence to solve the problem. Okay, so the business owner should not worry about the shortage and they can run the business smoothly. Okay, by recording all the business record, their cash flow in the Microsoft Excel can prevent and detect any fraud activities that can happen in the business. The third one is cost and time saving. For Kedai Runcit Syahira, they record all the recording process without having any expertise, any skill. Accountant, auditors, accountant teams, so they choose the owner of themselves to do all the accounting process. You know, this can maintain the cost. From there, they can save their money instead of they pay their salaries, benefit, training, infrastructure. So they can use the money to run the business. Okay, besides cost saving, the business can save valuable time by redirect their internal resources towards business activity, which is the owner can take care of their own time. They can take care of the recording process by themselves. Okay, next we go to weaknesses. Okay, so the first point is not audited. So as we know that the Kedai Runcit Syahira is not hiring any accountant to do or to review the accounting work. They're also not hiring any auditors to audit their accounting process. So this might cause them to unable to trace their accounting errors that have been made. The chances of the transaction recorded might be error, might be false, since they did not have the expertise or they did not have the skilled person in doing accounting works. Okay, so for second one is manipulation of record. Since this business use Microsoft Excel as their main application, as we know, Microsoft Excel can be edited by any irresponsibility individual that might use the money or the cash for their personal use. It might be occur if the business owner did not protect or did not secure the record well. And the last weaknesses is provide incorrect information. So as we know, the business owner do all the accounting work. During the recording process, the capability of the owner, of the people to memorize all the transactions that happen in a day, it may lead to assumption or not accurate at all. People did not, the capability of people is very different. So maybe, the record, the data might be not accurate. That's all from me.
Last one is conclusion. Kedai runcit Syahira should keep up its bookkeeping and accounting procedure. So in our opinion, to ensure the long-term financial stability of her business. And then I think Puan Sahara Saifuddin has to hire someone with the qualifications, ability and knowledge to assign her in applying the accounting system to more effectively for her business.